It's Thursday, July 11th, 2013. On board the International Space Station, and here in the room, teams are coordinating closely on activities ongoing 260 miles above the Earth. This flight control team today being led by Flight Director Greg Whitney. He is overseeing the team throughout the day and joined by astronaut Serena Auñón, who is serving as the spacecraft communicator, the link between this team and the crew on board the International Space Station. That crew is comprised of 6 members called the Expedition 36 crew. The 3 crew members to the left of the logo in this view have been there the longest. They are enjoying their 105th day aboard the International Space Station since their launch on their Soyuz TMA-08M spacecraft, ISS-34 Soyuz spacecraft, back on March 28th on a single-day launch to rendezvous. They arrived at the station and docked to the Poisk module, which is a mini research module of the International Space Station's Russian segment, and that spacecraft will be their ride home on September 11th. The other 3 crew members, the newest 3 crew members on the right side of the logo, are the crew members of TMA-09M spacecraft. They launched on Tuesday, May 28th. They're enjoying their 44th day in space. They arrived at the station's Rassvet module, the mini research module number 1, which you see labeled there, and they too will remain at that Soyuz station until their return home in November. November 10th is their current targeted return home. The newest crew members, Fyodor Yurchikhin and Luca Parmitano, representing the European Space Agency and the Italian Space Agency, and astronaut Karen Nyberg, will transition to Expedition 37 upon the departure September 11th of the longest 3 crew members aboard the station, Pavel Vinogradov, Alexander Mazurkin, and Chris Cassidy. Those 6 are orbiting aboard the International Space Station, which currently is approaching the coastline of northwestern Africa, the Moroccan coastline, as we see a camera view from the International Space Station looking down at the coastline as the station approaches. The current orbiting altitude of the station is 260 statute miles. And at that altitude and orbital velocity, the station is circling the Earth every 92 minutes. The crew on board is focusing its attention today on, again, on extravehicular activity or spacewalk work aboard the station, preparing for another spacewalk by Chris Cassidy and Luca Parmitano. They conducted a spacewalk earlier this week on Tuesday and are planning to conduct a second spacewalk this following Tuesday, the 16th of July. The planning for that is continuing here on the ground by the extravehicular activity team. There's some replanning going on because of their efficiency with the spacewalk the other day. They actually accomplished some of the tasks that were scheduled for this next spacewalk. So some of that's being replanned, and will be the crew will be talking about that amongst themselves when that replanned spacewalk activity is sent up to the crew for review later on. So a busy day of EVA prep and also housekeeping chores aboard the International Space Station for the Expedition 36 crew.